Hey YouTube, my name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Today we're going to make a video on Mars in the 4th house. So, Mars in the 4th house. So, let's say so Mars is the planet of action, sexual drive, ambition, drive overall. Sorry, there's laundry going on in the background somewhere. Hope that's not going to be too loud. So Mars in the 4th. So Mars is the planet of action, ambition, drive, desire, war, drive in itself. So sexual drive and just your lively fuel, right? It's your energy fuel. It's basically what Mars is in charge of. So when you have Mars in the 4th house, you have Mars in the house of Cancer. Now, the 4th house represents the inner and outer home. It represents what the home is to the individual. Damn, that laundry thing is really getting to me. And I'm not gonna repeat all that. Pause, bitch. Pause. Making too much noise, girl. I'm not gonna do that again. This is part of being human, y'all. Okay. So Mars in the 4th house. You may even do laundry at home. Which is funny. You get motivated from the inner home and outer home, just what feels like home. A home makes you take the most action. It lets you either, get ready to take action being at home, or you really enjoy working from home. This is definitely a placement where working from home is seen here. What else? You may love sex in a home environment or in privacy, right? Because 4th house is can be seen as private, right? It's like the home. So it's the home people know outside of you, and you know outside of yourself. And then and then the inner home. The inner home in which exists in you that no one can experience other than yourself. I mean, other people can experience your inner home, close ones, loved ones, but they won't be able to experience it unless you really sat with it and know it. Because you can feel like you've never felt at home within your own body, right? And so this placement feels very at home. Or feels really safe at home. It can take action at home. So I definitely would recommend working remote for this position, or if you can't work remote, to make your work environment feel more like home. Okay, so that could benefit you a lot. And if that's not possible, then maybe there is certain routines that you could carry into work that you would from home that would invite that sort of home-like energy in your work environment. Being that Mars is here, you do have to maneuver with this house when it comes to taking action. So, you may have people say, you're always home, you're always home, you're always home. And that may feel a little triggering, or maybe, they make you feel like something's wrong with you. Just know that there's nothing wrong with you. You are just that type of individual. And it is what it is. You have to work with who you are, not against who you are. Okay? So you have to work with yourself. So if this is your placement, you have to honor that. Perhaps working remote on different islands, because you get to be on vacation while working. You don't have to be stuck in one spot. So perhaps this would be the goal. Perhaps this sort of compromise between feeling at home while roaming, perhaps, depending on your energies in your chart. But overall, the Mars in the 4th is going to feel like it wants to take action in comfort, basically. It's Cancer, so it needs to feel good, or the feelings have to be right in order for this placement to even take action. So that's another thing as well, having Mars in the fourth house basically gives you an honorary Mars in Cancer, being that the fourth house is Cancer. And Cancer is seen as the mother and the child. You know, Cancer has that sort of duality with the 6-9, you know, like the 6 upside down is also the 9, you know, like it has this sort of emotional duality, just the way Gemini, Pisces, and Libra does, in an interesting way with the dualistic energy. And so with that said, you know, it's very important to think about what does Cancer need, and what does that consist of? Because it could help you navigate how to take more action, being that Mars is here. And if you are able to take more action, then life happens, right? If not, then you may feel a little like stuck in place, or like nothing's progressing enough. So I do truly think that having this placement can be amazing, but also somewhat detrimental, being that Mars is in detriment in Cancer. Now, me being a native with Mars in Cancer, because I do have a Mars in Cancer in the 12th house, what my assessment is over all of this energy, being that I live in it, is, you know, self-motivation is key. And to sometimes, you know, you have to really gear up, or, you know, put your foot on the neck of the narrative. You know, you have to really straighten out that narrative and keep it there, right? Because if not, you'll find yourself easily excusing why you shouldn't do something, okay? So you do have to buckle down and kind of be a little tough on yourself. Be the parent, okay? Be the parent when the child is doing too much within yourself, okay? Because we all have an inner child and an adult within us. Some have one more potent in its energy than the other, and some people have, you know, certain one of them dormanted. So be happy that you do have access to understanding both, okay? Do you have the understanding of the inner child's needs, because it will come over you, and being that you know, the Cancer is here but the Mars is here, you will also embody what the adult needs and wants to do, take action on. So that's one thing I'll say about Mars in Cancer, Mars in the fourth. It really is, it could be amazing or so bad. And I think every placement is like that. So I don't think when they say Mars is in detriment here, that it's truly a detriment. I do think that it's more to manage with, so it can feel more detrimental. But in terms of manifesting with, I think all placements are, you know, you can manifest effortlessly with. It's more so the soul, the host of the soul's understanding of their placements and what to do with them. So just like a deck of cards, if you got 7 cards dealt to you and that was the cards you had for life, how would you play them? You know, so it's kind of looking at it like that. If your Mars is here, well, it is what it is. You're a little bit moody with when it comes to action. You may change your mind. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't feel it. Because Cancer, 4th house, Mars is here. I don't feel it. So sometimes because you don't feel it, now invites what you know, what you may want to feel, so that, you know, kind of like, don't let just the wind, don't just float, you know, just don't, I guess, why can't I come up with these words on the spot? I hate that. I hate that. That's where, like, negative spirits be trying to infiltrate into these readings. Just lost my train of thought, y'all. They don't want me to give you the knowledge. Okay. That's a little upsetting for me. Mars in Cancer. Mars in 4th house. What else? What else am I missing? Because I am a native with this energy. Just the motivating yourself. Very important to self-motivate and to kind of finesse the motivation, your emotional state. You have to finesse your emotional state. If you know coffee makes you happy, have coffee every morning. If you know that this croissant is what you want in the morning because this what's going to set it off right, then you have that motherfucking croissant, okay? Because it's just what it comes down to with this placement. Because that one thing could ignite the motivation for the rest of the day. So it's different for this placement than it would be for someone else, okay? So you guys have to understand that someone else may be okay with being disciplined and not having what they want and still being motivated. However, you know, there's more of a negotiation going on here with Mars in Cancer or Mars in the 4th house. You kind of have to, you know, negotiate within the inner child and the adult within yourself for there to be some sort of compromise. So, okay, you're going to have this croissant, but for lunch or for dinner, we ain't eating shit, okay? And it's like, okay, I just need it now so I could get through the day. You get through the day, the action that you desire you take, and now you keep your word to the adults. Now everybody within you is happy. So it's kind of like that. It's like, I think whenever you guys try to conform into what everyone else is doing, it goes against who you are, and it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out because it doesn't make you happy. So if you're not happy, you're not taking action. Okay, so it's different for you guys. So there needs to be an awareness as to what's going to make you happy enough to take some action. So, you know, for me, a lot of the times, I know the coffee going to do it because it's going to get me there. And because it does that for me, I'm going to drink the cup of coffee. Whereas someone's like, oh, I can't do the coffee. It makes my stomach a little nauseous. I'm going to deal with the nauseousness, maybe eat a little something so I don't get that nauseous. Maybe a little dairy to kind of calm down the acidity levels within the coffee. But I'm going to have it my way, you know, because this placement needs it that way. But there needs to be a compromise. Because if you go oversaturate having it your way, you're just letting the inner child live within the adult body. And there's no balance in that. In order for you to be successful with this placement, you do need to allow the balancing act to occur between the inner child and the inner adult, okay? And they have to have a sort of understanding within yourself, okay? So to understand that you will fluctuate between these energies and there's nothing to feel bad about, okay? When you're in your inner child, just be thankful that you can even have access to that. There's people who let that inner child die a long time ago, hence letting their joy die, okay? So we cannot have joy unless that inner child is happy because, you know, joy is a childlike sort of feeling, if that makes sense. And you can feel it very like 5th housey or Leo-ish. And, you know, it's very, you know, and a lot of the times, you know, yes, we can have fun as adults about, you know, adult stuff. But let's break down what goes on in the brain when there's joy. Are you really thinking about anything serious and responsibilities when feeling joy? No, so it's childlike. It's very... You know, life is either or. Assessing. You know, like that's that adult shit. Anyway, guys, this is Mars in the 4th house, aka Mars in Cancer. Please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Until next time.